Introduction. This is the 9th of 19 videos that tells the story of the ruling class bloodlines, the 21 seats, and the 2 possible timelines that lie ahead of us. One of these timelines will erase the other, based on the decisions that humanity makes over the next 2 generations. Part 9. The original philosophical framework of Marduk's governance and its survival into the present. 1. The core principles Marduk imposed. Marduk's governance system was not simply a set of laws. It was an encoded world view designed to perpetuate his authority across generations, even without his physical presence. Its survival into modern governance and economics comes from the deliberate embedding of these principles into culture, religion, and trade systems. A. Centralization of power. Philosophy. True control comes when ultimate authority rests in a single apex, with all other positions dependent upon it. Mechanism. Create a visible hierarchy, thrones, councils, or offices, that appears legitimate because it mirrors cosmic order, as above, so below. Modern echo. Central banks, supranational councils, and executive branches with veto power. B. Control through scarcity. Philosophy. People will submit most readily when they believe survival resources are limited and controlled by the ruler. Mechanism. Regulate the flow of grain, metals, water, or later, currency. Use symbolic rationing to link rulers' favor with abundance. Modern echo. Economic dependence on centralized supply chains, controlled access to credit, and market manipulation to maintain artificial scarcity. C. Legitimacy through divine or cosmic mandate. Philosophy. A ruler's authority is unassailable if it is perceived as ordained by gods or cosmic law. Mechanism. Ritual alignments with celestial events, sacred architecture, and priestly endorsement of rulership as destiny. Modern echo. Political inaugurations tied to symbolic dates, state buildings aligned to solstices, equinoxes, and national symbols with ancient star law origins. D. Information as a weapon. Philosophy. Knowledge shapes perception, perception shapes reality. Mechanism. Control scribal schools, limit literacy, and dictate the official record. Allow multiple interpretations only if they all point back to the same apex authority. Modern echo. Concentration of media ownership, curated narratives, and selective release of classified information. E. Selective empowerment of elites. Philosophy. A small privileged class will protect the apex ruler if their position depends entirely on him. Mechanism. Grant hereditary privileges, special economic rights, and ritual honors that mark them as closer to the ruler. Modern echo. Political donor classes, insider trade networks, and legacy admission systems. F. Binding through oath and symbol. Philosophy. Oaths taken in sacred context are as binding as genetic lineage. Mechanism. Require initiation rites, loyalty vows, and symbolic gestures that tie the individual's life force to the ruler's will. Modern echo. Fraternal society initiations, national oaths of office, corporate secrecy agreements, tied to symbolic language. 2. How this framework survives. The original codes are embedded in law, religion, architecture, and ceremony, so deeply that most modern practitioners of them have no awareness of their origin. As long as the form survives, the underlying energy pattern can be maintained, even if the names, flags, or official doctrines change. 3. The weakness of the framework. It relies on compliance through perception. If the population ceases to believe in the legitimacy of the apex authority, the system loses coherence. Decentralized, self-organizing models of governance directly undermine the Mardukian design. Widespread awakening to the symbolic underpinnings can break the unconscious energetic contracts that keep it in place. End of part 9.